three-game losing streak, all these games tough in their own ways. What's been the tone in the meetings from the players? What's been the response from them? What's been kind of the feeling in the locker room over the stretch?
Yeah, disappointment. Obviously, anytime you lose three in a row, this time of year is less than ideal. But as I told them today, with 4 games to go, we still control our own destiny. We win out, we can guarantee ourselves at least home court home court advantage in that first round. And it's just like I sound like a broken record sometimes, but it's been the same things over and over and over that have been just kind of beating us. You can't give up 37 points a night off turnovers and offensive rebounds. It takes away all your hard work in areas that you're doing well in, but then you turn the ball over in an inopportune moment. You play really good defense, you don't get a rebound, you give up a dagger 3 to Steph Curry in the corner, whatever it may be. So, the Minnesota game, obviously an unbelievable game, had our chances to win that, don't. You go all in on that game, you got to rest guys the next night, you lose to San Antonio, and then you go into Golden State, a team that you've beaten 9 times in a row who's playing at a really high level, and you're competing with them, and then the fourth quarter they just kind of run away from it. So I would say disappointment, frustration, and hopefully we can come out and play just with a tremendous amount of urgency tonight, because that's what we need.
How careful are you guys being with Jamal right now?
Jamal's hurt. Yeah, it's not careful, he's hurt. So there's a big difference. Careful is if a guy can play and you want to be smart. We're not in a situation to do that. There's 6 teams vying for 4 spots. So if Jamal Murray is not out there, it's not careful. It's because he literally just is not able to play at the moment.
What are the chances that he's going to be unavailable for the beginning of the playoffs, should you make it?
Hopefully he's able to be back by then. This has been a weird one. It was day to day, and the next thing you know, it's not day to day. So obviously a big loss for us, but we have more than enough. We've shown that time and time again in that locker room. So if Jamal is unable to go, we need other guys to step up and play hard and play desperate and play urgent, because I don't know if we're getting that from everybody right now, and we need that.
Russ has struggled since coming back from injury in a number of ways, including turnovers, which you mentioned a lot as a problem for the team. But he's also a 17-year veteran. Why is it so important to maintain that kind of trust and belief in him as a veteran versus some of the other guys?
Well, we wouldn't be where we are right now, in 4th place, with 4 games to go, if it wasn't for Russ this year. I think it's easy to look at, the recency bias. Well, he missed a layup, he fouled a guy in Minnesota, and everybody just wants to kind of like detach from him. And I think, as you guys know, with me over 10 years, I don't do that. I respect Russell Westbrook, and I'm also appreciative of everything he's done for this team this year, both on the court and off the court, behind closed doors, things that people don't necessarily see. And with Jamal out, we need Russell Westbrook. We need him to come into the game and provide a spark, bring energy. And our turnovers aren't just Russ. It's Russ, it's Nikola, it's everybody. When you're turning the ball over as much as we are, it is a team-wide issue right now. But Russ has been around the block. He knows what big games are about, and we're playing a lot of guys that have no idea what big games are about. So having a veteran that's been there and done that, also can be reassuring for some of those guys.
Coach, with Julian Strawther, how do you look at that? You got 4 games. How much can you play him? What do you want to see out of him?
Yeah, it's hard. When you miss over a month of action and you're coming back, and trying to get him out there. And tonight we're going to try to get him in rotation minutes. He's a guy that prior to getting hurt, coming off the bench, was a real key piece for us. And that's a reality. If you look at bench scoring, it seems like every night we're just losing that battle by a large amount. And hopefully Julian's a guy that can give us a spark offensively, be a guy that we can run plays for, make threes, get downhill, initiate, make plays for his teammates. But it's just like last year. He's playing well, has a knee injury, misses the second half of the season, and then this year he misses a month. So not ideal for Julian, but he's worked very hard to get back, and let's see what he can do.
And just to follow up, in 4 games, can he earn your trust back to be in the playoff rotation? Is that enough?
Yeah,
time?
it's not even about trust right now. It's can he get a rhythm? Can he get into conditioning? But Julian is a guy that when he's healthy and available, I've played 2 years in a row as a rookie and as a second-year player. So I wouldn't even use the word trust. It's more so just kind of getting him back into a game rhythm.
I believe they're honoring Sparky tonight. Do you
Who?
have a Sparky Gonzalez. Do you have a favorite Sparky story, or what kind of impact did he have in that locker room while he was here?
Sparky's been here forever. 40-plus years. And, my first thought when you asked that, Katie, is I go back to when we won the championship and, how impactful it was for the city that had been waiting since day one, right? 47 years in the making. And Sparky was here for almost all 47 of those years. And how it meant so much to guys like him who had been here through the good times and the bad times. And it was interesting. When I went to lunch with Russell Westbrook this summer, and as we're talking and conversing, out comes, yeah, me and Sparky are good friends. I said, wait, what? It's kind of like Danny DeVito and Schwarzenegger. I don't know. I just didn't put that together. But Sparky has a personality. He has a sense of humor that I think people just gravitate to. And it's great they're honoring him. It's a well-deserved honor, and I'm happy for him.
With where the defense has been, how do you evaluate a guy like Christian who has a lot placed on him, just specifically on the defensive end? Where do you see his game improving on the defensive end, and where do you see him needing to keep getting better?
Yeah, you started that off by saying with where the defense has been. It's been on a milk carton. That's where it's been. Let's be honest. I feel like right now we're trying to plug so many holes. Got to take care of the ball. We got to play better defense. We got to get back in transition. We got to guard the three-point line. We got to rebound. And, there's a reason you're 11 and 12 coming out of the All-Star break. One, very difficult schedule, but that's the NBA. You're going to face tough schedules at times. And the defense hasn't been anywhere, close to being where it needs to be. And that's been one of my greater disappointments this season, is just how you go from 8th to 22nd, whatever it is, in just one season. I still have some hope. Call me crazy, because we've shown that we can be a team that defensively can turn it on and get stops when needed. But this team, Indiana, who we're playing tonight, is playing at a really high level. They're 8-2 in the last 10, and they had 162 points in regulation 5 games ago against Washington. They made 27 threes. They have one of the more unique, talented players in the NBA in Tyrese Halliburton. So, if we're serious about trying to, finish up these 4 games strong and control our destiny, then the defensive urgency and discipline and multiple effort will be a lot better than it has been.
You're both bottom 10 in three-point rate, but top 10 in offensive rating. What is the difference in terms of how they're able to create such an efficient offense without having to lean on the three-pointer?
Well, one thing that jumps off the page for me is that their assist-turnover ratio is incredible. Last 5, I think 30, they're first in assists and maybe second in turnovers. So they value the ball. They share the ball at a really high level. They have a lot of shooting out there. But I think it's the pace in which they play and when they attack and they get to the foul line. So we know this will be a tough one. We were able to go into Indiana and get a good win in their building. And after that game, Tyrese Halliburton gave Nicole a ton of credit with his defense, especially his pick-and-roll defense. And we're going to need an even better effort tonight to try to get the sweep against them this year.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Thanks,
you.
everybody.